Hello there and welcome to another explosive episode with me, ZombieRPGee. Today, we're doing another exciting game details episode. It's about The Division, specifically weapon customization, the mods and everything. First of all, I'm going to say I really like it. I really like the way they did it, the fact that not only do you have like quite a few different weapon mods you can attach per weapon, which is exciting, but they're also interchangeable among the different weapon types. I mean, that right there, it eliminates the useless grinding that I hate seeing in games when it's like, you have this scope that you love, you got it, you earned it, you have it. Fits on your assault rifle, you're loving it. You find something different, or you want to switch it up on your assault rifle, you take it off, or maybe you just want to apply it to a different weapon right away. You're just like, I just want to put that on a different weapon. But you can't. Instead, you need to get the scope that's specifically for your pistol, or specifically for your SMG, or sniper, or whatever. And you can't use the same thing that you already earned. So instead, you have to devote your time and energy, which you already did, to this thing that you already got. That thing's basically trash now, and you have to find the exact duplicate but for a different gun. Instead, with the Division, you can just switch stuff over. Brilliant. Loving that. It also leads to some funny combinations, which I'm actually happy about, like putting a scope on your shotgun. I mean, that's something that I've seen in Destiny, but I'm so happy to actually be able to just do that. I mean, run a gun with a shotgun and a scope. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so weapon mods will basically be what we're hunting for. We might be hunting for guns, here and there. We'll pick up a new gun, switch it out if we want to, whatever. But mostly, it's going to be weapon modifications. I mean, there are multiple slots per gun, and they're the thing that's easily swap-outable. Now, my only worry about this is, since that's the main thing we'll be grinding for, I mean, that's why you're going out to the Dark Zone. That's why you're potentially taking another player to doing missions again on hard modes. That is the reason. You're getting weapon modifications. Like I said, once in a while weapons, mostly weapon modifications. The thing that I'm worried about, though, is that it might turn into this thing where you come home from work, you sit down, you play the Division for your night, like a few hours, and you're doing these missions, you're playing the Dark Zone, you're getting loot. Like, you are playing well, you're getting loot, but they are not better at all than what you currently have. We're just marginally so. Like, instead of a 550 attack, you'd have like a 552, 553, something so small that it's like it really doesn't affect gameplay at all. That's what I'm worried about, because I don't want to just be spending all this time just like hard push grinding and doing the best that I can do and being rewarded marginally with it. I wouldn't mind if I was given things that were stronger in certain playstyles that might not be in my playstyle. That way, even if they weren't in the playstyle that I used, I could at least appreciate if I ever wanted to switch to that playstyle, I have some, good things. And I wouldn't even mind not encountering loot that often, it being a much rarer commodity, like very rare type of thing where you might only encounter it once or twice in, an hour or two. But when you do, it's regularly good. And especially that would make the Dark Zone much more like tantalizing. If you see somebody with that little package on their back, you are like, damn, I could spend 40 minutes getting that, or I could just hop this player. I guess the thing is, they don't want to push that too much, or people will just be going rogue all the time because it's going to be the easiest solution. So maybe it's going to be like a 20-minute per good loot, but it's probably going to be a lot of junk loot, and that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to just get inventory full of junk loot, nothing to do with sell it, and get this currency that you're building up, and just like what they did in Destiny, which I didn't like, is all the different currencies built up. And they eventually had to add more and more and more to give you things to care about, but it's like you just got a lot of everything, and you just didn't care about it anymore. Anyway, also actually worried about maxing out on stuff too early or quickly. Just what if I do put in like the 2 weeks worth of stuff? Am I going to have basically all the best gear, except for maybe the marginal slight differences? It's just going to be like nothing new. It's all things to worry about. But again, we've only played the beta, and there could be so much more they've been holding back from us. That is somewhat wishful thinking, but you never know. Something I'm really excited about, actually, is the fact that weapon mods can aesthetically change the look of your guns. And something they could really push with that is if they had really unique and cool looking, like if they had a lightning scope or a fire magazine or something, or just awesome designs, rock, ice. That would be neat. Being able to just like deck out your gun just to kind of like look badass, and then find better versions of the thing that looks badass. I mean, you could have your ice scope that's like a 2 zoom versus your fire scope's a 3 zoom, but you want to have the ice scope on because that's what you rock. So you're going to be looking for specifically an ice scope that is a higher zoom than yours. That would be cool. It would make a way you could push the loot and make it more valuable, but at the same time might not be relevant. Basically, there are lots of possibilities with weapon modifications, and a lot of it we won't know until we see the whole game drop. But there's some exciting things, but also a lot of worry, seeing this is going to be the main thing we're grinding for. And since it's a main acquisition and what you're spending your time doing, it has to be done right, or it can just make a game a drag to play. Until next time.